Okay, welcome back. So this video is about the Pam environment and the various files we use. Okay, so you've decided that the product access management, or PAM, is actually a good idea for your environment and deployment. You want to get started installing it. So where do you start? Well, this first video will tell you about the various files, links, and configurations of PAM that should help you with enabling it. For now, let's talk files. Product access management is, as we've discussed, installed as part of a client and server, but the installation files for the server and some of the client components are found in different areas. Some of the components we will be installing are found within product access management folder that comes with our PAM enabled products, and some are installed through the actual i2 product installer itself. So we'll show you those elements as we go along. First, let's have a look at some of the files we're working with. Here we have the product files which are on the desktop, and I've extracted those. These will be the files which you get from Passport Advantage. These files here are actually for our latest release of Analyst Notebook, and as you can see, it contains the installation files for the product along with a few other folders. One of these folders is named Product Access Management, and the other important file in here is the IBM i2 Analyst Notebook MSI file. Take a moment just to familiarize yourself with the locations of these files. As a note, for each PAM-enabled i2 product, there should be a product access management folder available on the disk. So by this what I mean is when you download your installation files from Passport Advantage, you should find, if the product is PAM enabled, that it will contain this folder on the disk when you download it. Now let's have a quick talk about the environments. As mentioned previously, there are two main elements to a PAM installation, a server side and a client side. To aid you in understanding which environments we're in, I've done some simple color coding within the environments I'm going to use for this demonstration. Whenever you see blue, like the environment we're currently in, then you know that this is the client environment. If at any point you see orange, then you know that we're on the server environment. It helps that you should also see at the top, because I'm using virtual machines, little title bars which come up. One will say Pam Windows 10, and then the server will say Pam Server 2016. For this installation, I'm using Windows 10 for the client, and I'm using Server 2016, Windows Server 2016, to host my Pam server. So another important note here is that for the purposes of this video series, we're also assuming that your network environment has already been set up. This is to say that your client and server machines are going to be able to ping and network each other correctly. This guide's not going to explain how to set this up for you on your Windows network, and it's not going to go into detail on user permissions and that kind of stuff. So you'll need to work with your Windows admin within your organization to set that up. I'd also like to take a moment to tell you about the Product Access Management Guide, which I'll be using to form this video series as we go along. You can find it in two ways. First of all, it comes on the disk when you open it up in the Product Access Management folder. It's here in PDF form. But if you want to find it online ahead of time, before downloading the product, if you simply Google for IBM i2 Product Access Management, the first non-sponsored link is the one that you want to use. This is actually an abstract link, so it will take you there, and then once you sign in, it'll take you to the actual document. So if you were to click here, it would then ask you to sign in order to prove that you have entitlement to view the various documents. All it needs is an IBM ID, but again, if you've already downloaded the software, it is available on disk. This brings us to the end of the first video. In the next video, we'll be showing you how to generate a lock code to use with your PAM server. Now, as a quick note here, the PAM server installation will be required regardless of whether you're adding PAM to an existing installation or making a new installation, as will the lock code generation.